Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, back again with another Phantom 3 tutorial video. And what I'm going to do within this video is I want to do an ND filter on and then an ND filter off. So I'm filming with this camera. I'll also be filming with the Phantom 3, and I'm going to switch among the various cameras while I'm flying, and I want you to tell me which video quality you think is better. Now it's really sunny out here today. The last time I tested this, it wasn't as pleasant with the weather. So we're gonna try this out, and I want y'all to tell me what you think. Again, it's incredible how easy these quick disconnect prop guards in this waterproof and ruggedized case. I know a lot of you are laughing at me, but I'm very proud of this waterproof and ruggedized case if you haven't noticed. You can find all of this within this video's description. The link within this video's description, rather. Just easy on, easy off. And a lot of people don't like the fact that I fly with prop guards, but I do, because I would have already broken about 8 props so far just with safe landings where it toppled over. So I think they're a good idea, and they don't, yeah, they do add weight and they do add a little bit of drag, but does it affect my video quality? You know, I don't know. You watch my videos and you tell me. But it's just super simple and quick to get them on and off. Something that, and I'm not going to calibrate today, but something that I did learn from my viewers is that when you do calibrate, you should not have your phone or your controller in your hand, because it could potentially cause the calibration to not work optimally. Now I've done it with it in my hand several times, never had a problem, but just another pointer just in case you want to know. And as you can see there, I do have the ND filter, the neutral density filter by Rage Cams. It's on the camera, and so this first flight, well, the first portion of the flight, because I still only have one battery, but that brings up another good point. Batteries for Phantom 3 are now available, so check the link within this video's description, 400orbelow.com, because they're there. But today I'm going to be flying one battery. We're going to see what this looks like. Something else I've questioned: do you prefer to fly with your antennas straight out, or do you like to curve them up a little bit? What have you found to be optimal? This configuration, or this configuration, or maybe something different? I want to know. Tell me what you think. I'm going to fly with the iPad Mini with Retina. I didn't have it today, but I'd intended to use it, but I'm going to use the iPhone 6 Plus that I found works great. It's actually, I like it because it's my phone too, so when I'm out I can just put it in airplane mode and, you know, get busy with it. So, forgot my cable. Again, another necessity if you don't have this, just a very short cable. And obviously this and everything I've talked about you can find, I've linked everything on 400orbelow.com because it just makes it easier if you're not yet a Phantom owner, or maybe you're thinking about buying one, or maybe you've got one and you just want to stay abreast of all the latest accessories. I'm going to continue to update 400 or below, so be sure to bookmark it, because what I use, I will feature there. First thing, always turn your controller on first. You never want to turn your Phantom on before you do your controller. And as I had mentioned previously, I'm not going to calibrate because I'm in the same geographical area. And I tell you, that waterproof and ruggedized case, just been able to use it as a takeoff and landing pad also is great, especially when you're on wet grass. It's been raining a lot here. I think there's been a few hurricanes, and we're at ease having it on that. Don't have to worry about the wet ground. So now I'm just waiting for my, that's the good thing about this app. It'll show you, and I don't know how well you can see it within this, but up at the top it'll say safe to fly green once everything's safe. Now obviously I fly in P mode, which is a combination of GPS, GLONASS, and ground sensors. So we're gonna go ahead and get this started. I've gonna hit record. So what we're doing now, we're flying with the ND filter, and then I'm going to land it and take the ND filter off just so we can see back to back, so you can see and tell me what you think as far as the quality is concerned. So here we go. So this is with the ND filter. There I am. This is with the ND filter here. You can see it looks really nice on the Phantom also. See how it makes it look kind of black? It protects the lens as well, which is benefit of having the ND filter. Now I am going to be I'm going to be reviewing let's see what type of filter is it, UV filter I think, and it's going to be interesting to see how that compares to this ND filter that I'm flying right now. I like the ND filter. A lot of people they like to comment about my verbiage about what it will do and what it won't do. I don't consider myself to be an overly technical person, so what I do is I say it how I see it. And for me, the best way for me to describe in just simplistic language is that it creates a much smoother looking video. Some might say a more cinematic type video. It helps to reduce the any minor and this is just my observation, any minor vibrations that may exist, often referred to as video jello. It helps to reduce that. And then also when you're looking at stuff, and we're going to go over this water here. I think a small Loch Ness monster may live in this pond, and that's why the pond is still there. Now that I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it sounds cool. But see, just look at that with the ND filter, just how nice that water looks. We may even see the monster in there if we're lucky. I don't think he's out today. Yeah, we're gonna pan up, and again the speed of my gimbal, I adjusted that to make it in what I felt, in my opinion, is optimal for filming video, because out of the box your Phantom 3 is likely going to have a gimbal setting that's quite rapid. So if you move it up and down, it's going to be quite a rapid movement. Whereas with this, like I'm doing now, you get those really slow and smooth, cinematic looking pans up and pans down, and that's what makes the difference between a video that's produced for fun and then more professionally produced for fun. And I like to think that what I do, I mean, obviously I'm not an expert. I never claimed to be. But what I am is someone that's exploring this UAV technology and while it's still in its infancy. And that's something that a lot of people, they don't really have the desire to do, and they don't even realize that it's something that's going to be in my opinion, it's the next internet. You know, remember the internet boom? How everything just kind of blew up. .coms everywhere. You know, this, that, and the other. The same thing, in my opinion, is going to happen with the UAV industry. So I want to embrace this early on and become a subject matter expert out of trial and error. So all of my lessons learned as I explore this hobby, I'm sharing with you on 400orbelow.com. And obviously you can also go, and that brings up a new point, a good point rather. I've created droneevangelist.com, and that's just so you can have an easy to remember name, so that you can get to me. Now you can see here ND filter still on there. Now what we're going to do now is take the ND filter off. So I'm going to land it on my case, angle this camera down a little bit here. We're going to land it on this case here. We're going to take the ND filter off. Something that you may or may not do, I know for me, my mind works in a way where I always like to kind of face away when I land. It's more natural for me to think about the way that the craft is. So look at that beautiful touchdown. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just keep things filming because we're up to 6 minutes and 5 seconds in the video right now. And I'm just going to pop off this well, actually, you know what, I probably need to, yeah, I need to power this off first because I don't want to remove that while the gimbal is operable, because that could potentially create damage, and I don't want that. Okay, so there's my ND filter right there. I just popped off. As you can see there, the ND filter. I'm gonna keep it this way up because I'm gonna keep it like this so I don't get any dust in it. Put her down right there, and let's power this back on. Yep, so there was a gap in video recording of the drone because I did power it down to take the neutral density filter off. We're safe to fly again. I'm going to go ahead and start this recording. Again, this is without an ND filter. You can see there's no ND filter. So this is just your naked, out of the box Phantom 3. And I want you to tell me, what do you think? Does this have the same video quality, or is it better with the neutral density filter? I know I feel more at ease flying with an ND filter because I do have you know, that extra layer of glass. You can see the ND filter right there in the frame as we take off here. Tell me what you think about this video. We're going to go over some of the same areas. We're going to go over this this area up here with the dirt and do some sweeps with the camera here. Pan down here slowly, that slow and cinematic pan. You probably are noticing without the ND filter, you're probably noticing it seems a little bit brighter. One thing that I've found from my observation that a neutral density filter does, you're probably laughing at me if you're a big video person, this is probably common sense, but it seems to darken the video. So when you saw this earlier, it may not have looked as bright because I did have the neutral density filter on. And that's why it's going to be interesting when we explore the, just using a UV filter that I hope to have in a few days. When we explore using the UV filter, how does that look different than the neutral density filter? Now we're going to fly over the pond here where this alleged monster lives. We're going to kind of pan down as we go. Look at the detail in the water. That's something, that's a good point of comparison right there, is the water with the ND versus water without the neutral density filter, which obviously right now we're flying without the neutral density filter. And I'm going to come down right here in front of us, in front of me. I am a solo crew today. So we're going to come down here. Yeah, it's interesting, all the feedback that y'all provide me. It's really interesting because I like to see, it's not just what I think about this, it's what my fans think about it. Just because I think something looks different, when you watch the same video, you may have a different opinion. And that's what makes YouTube great, is everybody's able to express their own opinions about things. Obviously, with ND or without ND, it doesn't impact, at least for me, it does not noticeably affect the flight dynamics of the Phantom 3. Some people would ask me that, and it doesn't. That would be a pretty cool shot there, just kind of going backwards. I'm going to go over the Loch Ness Monster Lake, pond, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, you can just get some really cool shots with these things. And that's what a drone's all about, is just seeing things from a different perspective, because in the past we've been tethered to the ground. We're tethered to whatever type monopod or tripod we could use. And with the Phantom, obviously this being the Phantom 3, the latest and greatest, let's get a really cool perspective. Now my neutral density filter fell off again. Not fell off, but fell off my case. I don't want any dust in it. was getting pretty long, you know. Okay, so that was without the ND filter, that second portion of the flight. And see, now the problem is I got to look at my Phantom, since I've been flying with the without the ND filter, and you can see all those smudges on the lens just from stuff in the air. And that's a, you know, again, that's another advantage to using the neutral density filter, is that you keep that off of your lens, because anything like that can degrade quality. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit of water on my finger, and I'm going to carefully wipe that off. One thing to obviously always be careful with camera lenses and any sort of equipment like this is that if you've got lotion on your fingers, anything like that that may smudge, you don't want to touch your you don't want to touch your lens with that. And I found this propeller pack that comes with the Phantom 3. It's kind of like, and I don't know if this is actually recommended for this, but it is kind of a microfiber material. So with that fresh water that I had, in conjunction with this that's clean, I'm able to clean off my Phantom 3 Professional lens. And again, that's why the ND filter is just so good. I mean, you know, you keep all this junk off of your camera. I mean, it's so much better in my opinion. See, if I had that on, I would just be cleaning the exterior of the ND filter, and I wouldn't have to worry about touching the actual camera lens. And then there's a bug that smushed on the outside here. I'm glad it didn't hit the lens. So that's on there. And now I'm going to slide my neutral density filter back on, because I just feel so much better using it. So, you know, tell me what you think. Do you like the video with the bare camera, or do you like the video with the ND filter better? You know, tell me what you think. And again, all of this you can find everything I'm using: the Phantom 3, the case, the quick disconnect prop guards, extra batteries, extra props. You can find all of that. Check the link within this video's description to 400 or below, and I've linked it all there, just so it's more convenient to find everything. So no, especially if you haven't been using these, if you haven't been using Phantom since the Phantom 1 like I have, you may not be familiar with where to get all of this. And I know when I was starting out, it was handy to find people that you know, told me what I needed and where to get it and all of that, because especially with the Phantom 1, it wasn't as known of a technology, because it had just come out, so you didn't have all the how-to information on the internet like you do now. So you look at these quick disconnect prop guards here. I mean, you're talking just slide them together like that, open up the case. And I'm gonna say it, y'all know I'm gonna say it, waterproof and ruggedized case. And I can put my quick disconnect prop guards inside over here. And then always travel with your gimbal guard. Never put your Phantom in its case without the gimbal guard, because this better prevents damage while it's in transport. You know, you don't want when your gimbal's on, you know, it's made to flop around a little bit while it flies. But when it's not on, you don't want it flopping around, and that's what that protects. So then I just slide this in here, turn off my controller. Always remember to turn your controller off. I've run into a situation where I was out in the field, and then I realized that my controller had completely died because I had left it on, so I wasn't able to fly. It's very disappointing. And just fold this down, fold these up, slide this into your waterproof and ruggedized case, and then the props, that nice little prop sack, just kind of put them over there, and you're good to go. You know, close it, lock it if you want to, whatever makes you feel good. And be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. Check out all my other drone videos too. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.